Good morning, all of you. So, yesterday we discussed the comparison between the biomolecular reaction, that is SN2 and E2. And now we will discuss the comparison between the unimolecular reactions, that is SN1 and E1, that is substitution nucleophilic unimolecular and the substitution nucleophilic biomolecular. Now, if we see both the mechanisms of both the reactions, the rate determining step is common, is same, that is the heterolysis of the carbon halogen bond, and so it gives the formation of an same type of intermediate, that is the carbocation. Only the change is in the second step, that is in step second the reactions behave in a different way, where when the negatively charged species, that is which can donate an electron pair, if it donates the electron pair to the proton, then the type of reaction is called as your elimination. And when it donates the electron pair to the carbocation, it gives substitution reaction. And so here the example, that is the general reaction, that the alkyl halide in the first step, that is the hydrolysis, and in this uh, here the heterolysis is taking place, means it undergoes the heterolysis, that is the this halogen leaves the bond with the along with the electron pair, and here you get the formation of the intermediate, that is carbocation. And in the second step, where the negatively charged species behaves in the different way, when it abstracts the proton, it gives when it abstracts the proton, it gives alkene, it gives alkene, and the Hb bond is formed, and this is termed as your elimination unimolecular. And when it gives the substitution product, that is Rb, it is termed as your substitution nucleophilic unimolecular. Means the behavior of the, if you see the mechanism in thoroughly, here the CH, that is the beta carbon, here this is the alpha carbon, and here this is your carbocation, which is obtained as an intermediate. In E1, that is step second, the negatively charged species, that is the acts as a base and abstracts the proton, and this electron pair is given to the C alpha carbon, and here you get the formation of an alkene as a product. But if in the second way, if this is your alpha carbon and this is positively charged, it's a carbocation, and the in the step second, that is SN1, the base donates the electron pair to the carbocation, and you get the formation of the substitution product. You get the formation of the substitution product, that is SN1, and here it leads to E1, that is elimination. And so, depending here, depending on the behavior of the negatively charged species, the type of product is going to change. But this depends upon the structure of the substrate. Now, if we see structure of the substrate, here we are having the common thing of the substrate, that the substrate, if the substrate changes from primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary, rate of both E1 and E2, SN2, SN1, E1 and SN1 reaction. The rate of both the reaction increases. The rate of both the reaction increases. But oftenly the E1 is more favored than the SN1 because in SN1 the intermediate, that is carbocation, suppose here it's a tertiary butyl, as the tertiary carbocations are more stable. As it is stable, because here the planar geometry is there, the bond angle found here it is 120 degree. And then when the negatively charged species behaves as a nucleophile and gives you SN1 reaction, that is substitution, the attack of nucleophile is taking place to this and gives you the product. The speed of attack here it is less because there is this large steric hindrance in this intermediate. That is one thing. Means steric hindrance is the first factor, and due to this the attack of nucleophile is slow. And the second thing, the carbocation itself is more stable than the product. It's more stable than the product, and so the rate of SN1 is slow. The rate of SN1 reaction is slow. But if you see in the elimination reaction, the attack of the negatively charged species where it behaves as a base, that is CH2H, here CH3, CH3, and here it's a positively charged species, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon, and when, means here it's a tertiary carbocation. In both the reaction the tertiary carbocation behaves more better, and so, or it gives the faster reaction. So here the base abstracts the proton, and the abstraction of proton is more easy than the attack of the nucleophile on the carbocation, and that's why it proceeds by more faster by E1. So here you are going to get CH2 double bond C, CH3, CH3, and the rate of E1 is fast. Rate of E1 is fast. And so in this way, the rate of, if you just compare all the reactions, E1 is more faster than SN1 reaction, which is more faster than E2, and which is more faster than SN2 mechanism or SN2 reaction. And so in this way we conclude with the point, that is the alkyl halides of this topic, and the remaining part of this topic, the next half of the topic that we are supposed to consider, that is aryl halides. Now, what is the difference between the alkyl halides and the aryl halides? When the halogen atom is attached to the alkyl group, when it is attached to the alkyl group, is termed as your alkyl halide. And when the halogen atom is attached to the aromatic ring, when it is attached to the aromatic ring, it is termed as aryl halide. It is termed as aryl halide. And so it's the derivative of the aromatic compounds like benzene, in which the hydrogen atom of the benzene is directly replaced by the hydrogen atom of the benzene is directly replaced by the halogen, just like your halobenzene. These are the halobenzene. And the other type of aryl halide is your aryl alkyl halide. So what is aryl alkyl halide? It's the aryl halide in which the halogen atom is attached to the side chain of the benzene ring, to the side chain of the benzene ring. So it is ArCH2X, means this CH2 is the side chain of this aromatic compound and the halogen is attached to this. So here the aryl halides are of two types. That is, first is aryl halide itself, that is the halogen is directly attached to the benzene, and the second, that is aryl alkyl halide, in which the halogen is attached to the side chain of the aryl compound. And so here we are getting these two types of compounds, that is the A aryl halides and the B is aryl alkyl halides. Aryl alkyl halides. And so here there are there are different types of the examples that we can see. Here the aryl halide means the benzene is attached, or the different types of halogen like chlorine, bromine, iodine is attached to the benzene ring directly, and so they are the halobenzene, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene. In this way, we can get fluorobenzene also, or you can get a dye-substituted types of compounds. So when the presence of dye substitution is there in a aromatic ring, the prefixes like artho, meta, and para are used. Artho, meta, and para are the prefixes which are used to indicate the dye aryl benzenes. And so here the different types of dye substituted aryl benzenes are your metachloro metadichlorobenzene, or you can say 1,3 dichloro, sorry, it's 1,2 dichloro 1,2 dichlorobenzene, or you can say orthodichlorobenzene or orthodichlorobenzene. So